Welcome. It is March 12th, 2020. The public hearing is now open. It is 1 p.m. I am Lydia Burr from Monroe County Industrial Development Agency and have been designated by the agency to be the public hearing officer to conduct this public hearing. We are here to hold a public hearing on the ProAmpac Rochester LLC project. The transcript of this hearing will be reviewed and considered by the agency in determination of this project. Notice of the hearing was published in the city newspaper on Wednesday, February 26, 2020. ProAmpac Rochester LLC, a Delaware limited liability corporation for itself or a related entity formed or to be formed, has submitted an application to the agency requesting the agency to assist with a certain project consisting of A, the acquisition of a leasehold interest in certain parcel of land located at 2605 Manitou Road in the town of Ogden, New York, 14624, including the existing approximately 127,053 square foot building located thereon. B2, the renovation of approximately 10,000 square feet of space within the existing building, and 2, the construction on the land of approximately 24,000 square foot addition to the existing building, and C, the acquisition and installation therein, thereon, thereabout of certain machinery, equipment, and related personal property. The proposed financial assistance contemplated by the agency includes New York State and local sales and use tax exemption benefits, mortgage recording tax exemption benefits in compliance with the agency's uniform tax exempt policy, and a partial real property tax abatement. All those in attendance are required to register by signing in at the sheet in the front of the room. You will not be permitted to speak unless you have registered. If you have a written comment to submit to the record, you may do so. Written comments may be delivered to the agency at 50 West Main Street, Rochester, New York, 14614. If anyone is interested in making a comment, please raise your hand, state your name and address. If you're representing a company or entity, please identify the company or entity. I request speakers keep their comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone here who would like to speak?
Good afternoon, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak today. My name is Michael Stafford. I'm the president of the Graphic Communications Conference of the Teamsters Union Local 503. With me is Tom Trapp, our organizer. Local 503 represents workers in the printing and packaging industry. As I understand it, Imagine Monroe's job is to attract and retain businesses in Monroe County and create good jobs. As you may know, union jobs are usually better than the non-union jobs. Average employee makes 30% more than a non-union employee worker. 92% of union workers have good job-related health care insurance versus 68% of non-union workers. Union workers are more likely to have a guaranteed pension. And more importantly, union workers have a voice in the workplace when it comes to working conditions. It's Tom and my job to organize non-union workers in the printing industry, such as ProAmpac. I'd like to tell you a little about how an organizing drive typically works. We are usually contacted by an employee, and he or she is interested in forming a union at their workplace. Over time, we find out if more employees in the department or segment at the workplace are interested in making their workplace better. Once we believe we have a majority of employee support at the workplace, in certain departments, we have the employees sign authorization cards from the National Labor Relations Board. Unfortunately, most companies won't recognize the union and put on an anti-union campaign. Companies will spend tens of thousands of dollars on union busters on these campaigns. Sometimes these campaigns will even illegally terminate union supporters. During this time that the NLRB is setting up an election, and if it's during this time, the NLRB sets up an election, and if more than 50% of the employees vote in favor of the union, the company is supposed to recognize the union and bargain a contract in good faith. So that brings why I'm here. We would like ProAmpac to sign a neutrality agreement before this board gives any kind of tax breaks or incentives. A neutrality agreement is simply said, the employer will allow employees to express their opinions freely and openly without taking any action to discipline, harass, humiliate, or fire any employee for his or her pro-union views or activities. The employer will refrain from engaging in any activity, written or verbal, designed to interfere with an employee's free choice to join a union. The employer will provide union supporters with equal time at the meetings of employees to require that they are required to attend, and or where union is discussed. The employer will allow union supporters the same opportunity as the employer to distribute and post union campaign materials on company premises. The union and the employer shall present accurate information and will not make false or misleading statements designed to confuse or mislead employees. The employer will immediately grant recognition and begin negotiations for a union contract when a majority of employees demonstrate desire for union representation, whether by signing cards, through a petition, or through an election. With that being said, we don't believe the tax dollars a company saves through tax breaks or incentives should be used against employees who desire to join a union. We respectfully request the board turn down the application until ProAmpac signs a neutrality agreement. Once again, thank you for your time, and I do have a copy of the neutrality agreement, and I will get you a printed copy of this.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that'd like to make a comment?
Yes. Bob Criddle, Town of Ogden Assessor, address Town of Ogden Assessor's Office. I just have 3 quick questions. The length of the pilot, is it going to be 10, 15? Also, what is the pilot exemption schedule going to be? What percentages are going to apply in what year? And also, will the land be excluded from the pilot? In my experience, in the last time, in my 20 years as an assessor, one time the land was included in the pilot. Those are my 3 questions.
So it is under our uniform tax exempt policy. It would be a jobs clause, a 10-year pilot, starting at 90% the first year. And the increase in assessment due to renovation and construction only. 90% the first year, 80%, 70, 60. In year 10, it's at 0.
Okay, your standard pilot.
Standard pilot agreement, and it is land is excluded.
Yeah,
it's just on the renovation.
Okay, good. That clarifies it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to make a comment? As there are no further comments, I will close the public hearing at 1:10. Thank you.